Scano, Deoi Dro Niwak Senoden, Otahyoni Newagashouten, Gaikono Niwak Wenziden. My name is Terry Morrow, and I'm a registered dietitian from Six Nations of the Grand River, and I'm Cayuga Wolf Clan.
My name's Donald Martin from Six Nations. I'm Mohawk Turtle Clan. I come from Martin's Corner. I've been hunting and fishing my entire life. Hunting and fishing, to me personally, it's my identity. It's like who I am. Like my daily life evolves around hunting and fishing. Like if I'm not doing something for my garden or for hunting, I'm always scouting areas and looking for new spots, new animals, like not new animals, but animals to hunt, but it's just part of my daily routine. We gotta provide food for our families and for our elders, because not many people can get out and do what we do. So it is my responsibility to bring the food back to my family and for my elders and my community.
Kinship, love, respect, all of these pieces just coming together, right? Self-identity. I mean, that's it. Like us coming together to kind of figure out what it is that we want to achieve. How are we going to achieve it? And then just putting in the best effort, but then also being able to address like, it's not working. We need something else, or we need another idea, or we need to trust in one another that we can get through something together. That is a beautiful sense of community and camaraderie.
The important thing is that when we build Indigenous programming, we do it with the community that we seek to serve. So often we do things for that we forget to do it with. And an important part about when we do it with community is that we approach it in a way that is culturally agile, culturally safe, and culturally humble.
My grandfather, he gave me a bow, and then he taught me, and then we would just practice and practice and practice, and we do moving targets and just all kinds of different things. But it was always, well, when my grandparents passed on, I had another mentor teach me, and now I'm in the mentorship part now, and I got people under me that I'm teaching my knowledge to now to pass on what I know. It's my survival. It's our survival, all of us. And just having the food sovereignty is great. Just being able to get up and being able to go and harvest what I need to take care of myself and my family and my community to survive. I don't know. I love what I do. Like it's a task or a job. It's just something that's ingrained in me now. That's just part of my way of living.
And I think the knowledge that surrounds food really does come from a lot of our cultural teaching. We know that when Sky Woman came to this world, that she brought certain, foods with her to help to continue to nourish us. Stories that carry these types of teachings with them so that we have them now in today, 2024, to be able to share in our community and with our families and with others, to remind them about those original relationships that they had with our people when they first came here to colonize the land and to try to settle on the land, right? We took care of them. And the strawberries were actually one of the very first foods that were given to those settlers, we'll call them, explorers, to help them with their scurvy. They came from so far, and it wasn't something that would have been anywhere they could access on the water. So them coming to our land and us being able to give them things like strawberry drink or mashed berries, in a drink or in a pemmican or in the dried meats or with the dried fish as a source of nutrition for them helped to, with the vitamin C, to actually clear the scurvy and the tooth decay that was happening to them, and think like you can't eat anything or feel well if you can't take care of the food and mash it and get it to a consistency that your body can absorb it. And it's so uncomfortable. So that was one of the first encounters and the first medical spaces that we were able to share with our foods with the settlers.
You have to find your niche, you have to find what you love, and you actually have to stick to it. And that will build a community within yourself. And then you can build a community around your actual real community. And hopefully it'll be a brighter future because of it.
And I think, again, from like that perspective where he's coming from as somebody from the community that doesn't have, like I said, like the way that the three of us would come together is that, I have the sovereignty space. Like that's my whole deal, is to promote that space on these provincial, municipal, federal levels, right? And then to have a community member that's experiencing, well, how do I get to both of those avenues where you have Donnie sitting here as super sovereign? That dude knows himself, right? Because of his family and the position that they've kept about hunting. He knows that's what he loves to do. So how do we like interweave that where we can each keep learning off each other, right? And be supported to do that, on a grander scale when you're mentoring, the education system and sustainability for funding, I think is so important.
A lot of hunting and fishing off the reserve, we come into a lot of challenges, like say spearfishing is a big thing because of all the different areas that we hunt. It's not a very highly populated Aboriginal area, and a lot of these places are closed, but due to our treaty rights and our hunting and fishing within them treaty rights, like we're allowed to do this, and we catch a lot of flack from a lot of non-native people.
I think it's really important for us to look at how we are defining aspects of indigeneity. So when we look at, let's take the social determinants of health. So we can split it to another level of Indigenous social determinants of health. And without that recognition, we're really not talking clearly about the systemic racism that it is attached to all the social determinants of health, which have income, education, age, etc. And we're missing the real factors of the whole entirety of structural racism as well of Canada as a context to impose that, to redefine, let's say, what income looks like, right? The income of bringing in beautiful fish into a community is a value set. You're not getting necessarily paid in dollars, but what the children are able to learn from being a part of something like that, their safety on the water, the safety for the fish, the environmental aspect, to really work with the whole ecology of that food to make sure that it's sustainable, are all beautiful gifts that are tied into income. That's a value set that just can't be checked with a box.
So as we build programming, we have to make sure that we're not only willing to shift our own paradigms, our own worldviews, but also to shift the way our systems and institutions operate within that world.